The Island Storm head into their fourth year of existence with a flurry of roster moves involving new and returning players. Former head coach of the year Joe Salerno and the Storm organization are focused with one goal in mind: an NBL Canada championship.
We've been so close the last couple seasons. This offseason we set a goal that we wanted to put the best possible team we could on the floor. But for us, just being one step away from winning the finals in this league the last 2 years, it's kind of almost become personal, and it's like we just want to get as much talent as we can, both for our fans and to compete for a ring. So it's certainly been a busy offseason. Renardo Sidney was completely out of the blue. I had met a guy out in Las Vegas, and about a month later, he shot me an email and said, "Hey, Renardo Sidney, he's in shape. He's looking to get back into playing professionally, and he's looking for a real kind of first shot at things." So that was really kind of out of the blue. A guy like Brandon, I worked on Brandon for about 3 months. And it just so happened that Brandon was, coming back to Canada was a thought that was in his mind, and we had a great relationship with him up here, and we had a lot of success. And him and I have grown very close. So some of these signings were guys we had worked on. Johnny Mahan was a guy we had targeted, as soon as the protector list came out, and it was tough, kind of sitting on your hands and waiting for September 21st to roll around. But luckily, it worked out. Adrian, J. Will, Dwayne, Doug McKinney, all those guys. I mean, our fans love those guys. Adrian Moss was a huge hit up here on the island last year. The people on the island, I mean, they're very blue collar, loyal, hardworking people. They love the underdog. And Adrian, I think, was somebody who just hit home with them. And we're excited. We're really excited to have, those guys coming back. And then, of course, guys like Chris Cahill and Louis Birdsong, who played with us 2 years ago. I think we're going to have potentially eight guys in camp that have played in the NBL finals over the last 2 years. And, all of them played there with us. And, they all kind of have a chip on their shoulder about it. And they want to come back here and try to get it done. So, everybody's excited to get the season rolling. I've always coached, and I've always been a believer you have to kind of adjust, your systems and your philosophies to the players that you have. Having guys from 2 years ago and then last season all coming in, they're all very familiar with us, what we like to do offensively, defensively. They all know each other. Obviously Chris, Brandon, and Louis played against Adrian and J. Will in the finals when they were with London. And, so it's nice. Right now I'm getting text messages from Brandon Robinson. Wow, I'm so glad, we re-signed Adrian Moss, and Adrian's excited that we re-signed Dwayne, and it's really a nice feeling right now. The tough thing is going to be some of these decisions coming out of training camp. I mean, we have, and even some of our new guys, Sammy Zaglinski, was a 3-year starter in the ACC at Virginia. I mean, he's a phenomenal point guard. Rashad Wack is a great player. Davon Haynes, who we had out in Vegas, it's going to be extremely competitive and some very tough decisions, but it's a great problem to have if you're me, I guess. We're making these signings, we're making these announcements. Guys, they already know how competitive this camp is going to be. It puts guys on edge, it puts them on a competitive edge, which is what we want, because I believe you get a true feel for players in that scenario. And obviously us trying to win the finals this year, there really isn't much more of a pressure-packed situation than that. So to have that kind of competitive edge in training camp is a big deal, and it's really just the way I like it. And it's going to be a battle up here for sure. Now the bar is kind of set even higher, and I think our fans expect us to get back there. I expect us to get back there. I think our ownership does. So yeah, I mean, there's a little more of there's a higher bar set this season than there ever has been up here.